Would you love to deepen your spiritual connection and create a conscious shift in your life? Do you seek answers to the human experience? Welcome to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, a 2-hour safe haven for your questions and Spirit's answers to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, SarahSpiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all possible experience and knowledge. Spiritually Speaking with Sarah is presented by the Expedito Enlightenment Center in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. For the next 2 hours, listen, call in, and watch SarahSpiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope, and share love and light.
Yes, indeed, there is a light right here on WWNN 1470 AM, 95.3 FM, and 96.9. We're answering your questions all across the nation. Questions about what, you may ask? Life, love, career. What way should I go next? And how do I get from where I am to where I want to be? What's my mission? What's my purpose? Are my angels with me, my guides? You see, the heavens are always around, and tonight, well, we're going to be looking for the signs. The signs that the universe is surrounding you at all times. They're always talking. God is always talking to us. And I had someone just yesterday ask me a really important question, actually critical, in the understanding of how do I know? How do I know if God is really talking to me or it's just me? And when I heard her ask the question, I said, I have people ask me this question every week. But Sarah, how do I know if it's me thinking a thought? If it's my guide or my angel talking to me? Is it God? Am I going crazy? Or is it just my personality, my ego, trying to come up with something that makes me happy? You see, everybody is faced every day with choices. Some choices greater and bigger than others. Some choices are simple things. What shall I have for dinner? What's the right food choice for me today? Which road should I take to get to work? Where do I think I'll see more traffic, on this road or that road? And then there are other choices that we're really sometimes lamenting over. Is this the right person for me? Am I in the right relationship? Is this relationship going to last? Am I really happy? Is my relative who's not well going to be okay? Is my relative who's passed, are they with me? And how do I know? These are thoughts that people have. Are my children safe? Will they be okay in school when we go back in the fall? Do they have the right teachers? Am I doing the right things for my children? Will I be able to keep my job because my job is going through changes? Am I really going to get that promotion, or is that suck up in the other department going to get it? These are things that pop up in people's minds all the time. And it's, part of the list that's endless of the questions that people ask me on a daily basis when I sit one-to-one with people. And I do the same thing. I say, is it you, God, or is it me? But one thing I've learned is how to notice what I notice and how to pay attention to what we call signs from the universe and how to be still. The average human being has a great difficulty in being still and being receptive to hear. You see, we're programmed to move from thing to thing, from activity to destination to ultimate goals, and everything that we're looking for. We are driven, goal-orientated, conditioned by life. We go from thing to thing. And we seem to have this thought process, and it's really been reflected in the lives of our children, particularly this generation, that busy is better. But busy really isn't better. Busy gets you driven to distraction. Busy gets you not able to stop, think, look, and feel. And we've become almost in this automatic pilot. We're not able to really sit and gel with everything that we're experiencing. And more I'm hearing from people who spent a lot of their childhood going from thing to thing, very busy and maybe a little chaotic in the family household. That doesn't mean totally dysfunctional, just chaotic in its own unique way. And every family has those moments that they really can't even remember their childhood. So they're scratching their heads and they're saying, I don't remember. And it's symptomatic of the rush and the need to succeed, and sometimes even the comparing minds of the family unit. And so we've become conditioned into this energy of, how do I get to the next step and the next level? And we don't always sit still and ask ourselves. Now, I'm not talking about you, the person who maybe had the idea. I'm talking about the inner self, the soul self. the part of you that resides with God at all times, regardless of how much you're doing, regardless of how crazy your life may be. That part of God that is within is a part we need to tune in and tap into. And when we don't take the time to do that regularly, the universe has to get very creative. So creative. Sometimes they need something to literally fall right in front of you to get your attention. Or you would hear a random noise in your house, or the electricity may flash, and it's not a power outage. You could notice something happening outside that is too coincidental. You could be talking about someone, and you get into the car, and their favorite song comes on. The universe is always talking. They're always giving you a message to let you know you're on track. But let's go back a bit. Let's look at how do you know, and how do you know what signs to look for? The first way you know is a feeling. And that's the part that 2020 gave us all an opportunity to tune into, to align with, was feeling. And for a lot of people, predominantly, the fear was overwhelmingly the only feeling we could feel, because there was so much going on and so much uncertainty that we didn't know how to navigate different waters. Not uncharted waters, because as a society 100 years ago, we went through difficult times in a pandemic. But in this time, because we were not spread out, because we were used to being from person to person, thing to thing, very social creatures, very outwardly working, not just the father, but the father and the mother, and our children engaging outside in activities. We were so used to being out in public that to be within and to be within our house was different, unusual, scary, and didn't leave you with a feeling of familiarity. Because many people, even on their days off, are out doing what they need to do for life. And so the opportunity to rest and be still was not there. Now, yes, there was a lot of tragedy. There was a lot of uncertainty. There were many things that were happening last year that created a lot of angst and anxiety. And rightfully so. We didn't understand what was happening. And we didn't know how it would impact us. And then when it did impact our own families, and almost every family did experience something as a result of it, we didn't really know how to wrap our head around the fact that life changed from Monday to Friday in a way we could never have fathomed. And so in that stillness and in those tragedies, we were forced to go to God. We were forced to be still so that we could reevaluate our lives. Now more than ever, people are looking at their lives and their journey as a work individual, whatever their career may be. They're reevaluating how they want to work and the type of work they want to do. Companies are reevaluating how they house their employees, and how many do we actually need in-house, and how many can work remotely. And my goodness, maybe we don't need the same amount of people to do the job, and maybe we can focus our attention on a different area and expand. Now that we were able to do with less, we can create a different dynamic. Or how do we make the work better for our employees, and work-life balance? Work-life balance is the key phrase that I'm hearing coming into 2021 and coming into 2022. Work-life balance. We realize that our lives were out of balance. Well, my friends, everything in the universe is in balance at all times. And anything that goes out of balance, be it a storm kicks up, be it some imbalance in nature, it automatically does everything it needs to do to readjust, rebalance, recalibrate in order to restore harmony. Everything about God and the universe is harmonious. So what signs is the universe showing you? Are you looking and paying attention at what they may be offering you as a sign? And how do you feel when God talks to you? So we talked about the angst and the anxiety and the uncertainty that was of 2020. But in that stillness, many people found the universal language of God. They found that when they stilled their mind, even for a moment, and they asked a question, or they needed some reassurance or guidance, they felt this warm feeling wash over them. You see, when God talks to you, when your angels talk to you, there's a stillness that has a feeling of peace. Almost as if somebody sprinkled peace dust in the air for just a moment. And you just know without knowing that it will work out. And this is how the universe will talk to you when they're talking to you privately and you're still. You may feel a cool breeze in the energy around you. You may feel a tingling in your body. You may have a thought that almost feels like someone stood next to you and said, "It's okay, you'll be fine. Just go on." There's a sense of knowing. And it's the knowing that 2020 gave us an opportunity to align with. The knowing of that everything is always in alignment and everything that we ask for will be perfectly aligned. We need only step into the energy of stillness. But we're in 2021. We're not locked in our houses as much anymore. We're out and about, and we need signs. We need signs that not just God is listening, but our angels, our guides. We need the sign that our loved ones who are not here on the earth right at this moment, that they are on the other side and they can communicate with us. And they will find a way, even if we cannot see them, they don't manifest in front of us, we don't have a dream with them. If those things that we would love to have happen don't happen, how else can they let you know? And how can you know that your guides, your angels, and your loved ones are with you? They'll reach out to you by repeating numbers in front of you. You may see a birthday or a passing date. So for instance, my father passed November 21st. And no matter what I do, it depends whether it's morning or evening, almost every day, and it's not the same routine, I will look up and suddenly it's 1121. I'll see it. And then I'll get a sense of, wow, everything's well. And it's a connection. Even though my father isn't here and hasn't been here in 28 years this year, I know that he's with me. And so I feel that energy. Or the energy of uncertainty as to whether you're supposed to make the next move in your job or leave your job and go to another organization. Many of us feel a lot of uncertainty with those changes because, well, we know what we know. And sometimes it's good to know the devil you know than what you don't know. And so we may complain about our job, but now we're getting brave because 2020 taught us all to be real brave and put on our big shoes and get ready. But how do you know you're making the right choice and you're not jumping right into the flame, never mind the frying pan? Well, what happens is the universe will give you a sign. Maybe that song, "Ain't no stopping us now, we're on the move." Maybe that song will come. See, I have a song that the universe always tells me that I'm in exactly the right place that's not just good for me, but actually aligns me with my destiny. And I noticed it at one of the most difficult times in my life. It was a popular song about 20 years ago. And in that time, that song would play just when I was doing something that I was like really concerned wasn't going to work out. And I didn't really know what my next step was going to be. It was that time of uncertainty that we've all been in. And that moment of not knowing, but just pushing ahead anyhow because. And every time I had one of those worried thoughts or those feelings, that song would come on. Song from Green Day, "I Hope You Have the Time of Your Life." Take a look at the photographs and memories in your mind. Don't ask why. I hope you have the time of your life. And that really would tell me everything was going to be okay. And I realized I would always hear it right before I went into my next job interview, when there was a job interview. I realized it would play when I made my next choice as to what I was going to do in business. I realized it would play just when I met just the right person that was part of the next step in destiny. I realized it sometimes even when I came out of the radio show here with all of you. I would turn on the radio and there it would be. And it says, don't ask why, just have the time of your life. So in the journey, I've learned to not ask so many whys. I've definitely learned to stop asking how. Because the how is up to God. The how is up to your angels. You just need to show up and be open and receptive to the changes that you say you want. And learn to still yourself. You see, mind chatter disrupts the complete flow of our God connection. It takes us out of our ability to feel and begins to hook into the tapes of the past, which are based on our experiences, many of which have been conditioned by other people. We kind of live in our parents' shadows, whether we want to admit it or not. The way we view things, the way we feel, our interpretation, even some of the things that we say. Money doesn't grow on trees. You can't get rich if you don't work. Like, it's this feeling of nothing comes for free. All of those things we ever heard our parents say, they're indoctrinated inside. And we hold that energy, and then that tape causes us to doubt something beautiful that may happen. Well, my neighbor had said to me that when she was going out to clean up the house of her aunt who had passed, she saw a cardinal. And then a few weeks later, while she was working with the aunt's house to help clean it up so the family could sell it, the daughter passed. So now we have two who have passed. And so she was working on the aunt's house, and they said, well, we need to take the car and we need to sell it. And so she said, well, I'll take the car back to my house and then I'll connect it with someone who will sell it for us. And I said, great. And she put the car in her driveway and she went home, in her home, spent the night, got up the next day with the intention of taking the car to be transferred to the person who was going to sell it. And just as she got into the car, she looked up because she heard this unusual singing. And right above her were two cardinals at the top of the garage door, just looking at her. And so to her, that became a sign that the aunt and the daughter, that they were rejoined, and that they were there. She was literally getting rid of one of their last possessions, the car. Coincidence, you may say, or a sign from heaven that everything's okay. I love nature, and I love looking at the beautiful nature that's there. I have this magnificent bird feeder, and all the birds like to come, and now I've made friends with everybody. So it's almost like we have a clock where I know when they're going to come. But I always ask the universe to bring me new friends, new birds. I want to meet new animals. I'm not sitting there on the ground playing with them. They're on the bird feeder, and I'm just kind of having my morning coffee. And then all of a sudden, quack, quack, came a whole family of ducks, hanging out with my birds by my bird feeder, just chilling with the squirrels. And it was, well, kind of like a Dr. Dolittle moment. And I realized that that was a sign. It was a sign that everything was in harmony, that all was one with nature. I didn't have any specific question in my mind, but if I did, that would give me a good feeling. And then there was the owl. Yes. I don't know about you, but I don't really get to see too many owls. Maybe I'm not out at the right time, or just maybe there's not that many around where I live. But I was sitting outside talking about the animal totem, the owl, and particularly talking about the snowy white owl. Very interesting conversation I was having. And all of a sudden, 10 minutes later, appeared an owl. Not only did the owl appear, but it sat on a statue and looked for about a good 10 minutes and began to do what was a very interesting sound, which I later found out was like this owl purr. And as it looked, it was as if the universe heard me and said, yes, this is one of your animal totems. This is one of your signs. The owl is with you. The owl energy is with you. And yes, we live in a place where I could see an owl. So I hear the skeptic who would say, that's coincidence. But the timing of it was so profound. And the positioning of it even more so, and the statue that it chose to position itself upon, and the look that it gave unto me. And as it sat there in the energy, just began to be. And so, strangely enough, the owl and I began to, I could talk to an owl. We began to have this connection and this communication and this recognition of the God in the owl, the God in me, the God in the energy of the company. It was right there. And that everything regarding that life and that moment in time was fine. And what I love, if you learn about some of the signs that the universe sends you, the owl can see in the darkness. The owl can spot something from miles away. It has a magnificent wingspan. And it comes in such a stealth form. I did not hear a sound until I looked and said, oh my goodness, there's an owl. And it was letting me know that there are beings, including animal life, that looks out for mankind. And at the time, looking out for me. You see, the universe is always working to orchestrate everything in a divine, perfect time. And your loved ones, they'll play their favorite songs for you. They'll make you think of them. Or you'll pull out their picture and something interesting or strange will happen. I've had people tell me that their phone rang and it said grandma calling. And it rang and grandma's been gone for a year or two, but the number's still saved in the phone and it just dialed only for them to pick up and not hear anything. But that had to be grandma, or the energy of grandma, letting you know that she's okay. But we have to notice what we notice, and we have to hold ourselves in the energy of stillness long enough to take in what is being presented, and without the mind chatter, allow it to unfold and accept it for what it is. It is what it is. And then don't ask a million questions, just accept it. And then wait for the universe, wait for God, your guides and your angels, to bring you magnificent surprises that let you know that yes, indeed, that was a sign from heaven. They are talking to you, and you're not alone. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we're going to pick up on some phone calls, some Facebook questions, YouTube. We're going to see what's going on and tune into some of your signs. I want to hear your stories in the feed. I want to hear your stories on the phone lines. Let's really pay attention and be still in the energy, and let's see what we see. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. We'll be right back.
Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me?
For
For the most extensive multicultural array of spiritual products, classes, and healing services in a comfortable and convenient setting, you must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in the Habitat Plaza in West Palm Beach. There you'll find the products, services, and spiritual development classes to help you bridge the gap between you and your spiritual connection. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with SarahSpiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Habitat Plaza, West Palm Beach. Call them at 561-682-0955 or online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. For yourself or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in the Habitat Plaza, Okeechobee Boulevard, West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit them on the web at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
Hi, I'm SarahSpiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, SarahSpiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, SarahSpiritual, at SarahSpiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah and be in the energy of light. Call SarahSpiritual now, toll free, worldwide, 1-888-565-1470. 1-888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message SarahSpiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, or Periscope.
SarahSpiritual, and we are spiritually speaking with all of you right here on WWNN 1470 AM, 95.3 FM, and 96.9. And we're answering your questions all across the nation at 888-565-1470. But before I go to my phone lines, and I know they're holding and jamming up, I got to go to my friends on Facebook and YouTube, and I hear that on YouTube we're having quite the conversation. So let's see what's going on in YouTube. We have Gloria Dillon. She lost her husband in June 2020, and she'd like to know if he has any messages, and she gives me the birthday. So first of all, Gloria, I see this energy around your husband, and he lets me know that at this time of his passing, there was an unexpected crossing at the time. So he makes me feel like he wasn't expecting to leave the planet in conversation with you, in conversation with the family, and he also lets me know that he has been showing up to you in many ways. He lets me know that there's this energy of, and I don't know if you remember this feeling of his presence and the air of the scent of him, but I just feel like sometimes you can feel his energy and the scent of him. He's kind of coming up on the left side. So if you're feeling that energy, Gloria, he's letting me know that he's bringing you that energy of connection by almost feeling his presence and the scent of him. He does let me know, Gloria Dillon, that he did connect with you in the dream state, and he's also showing me that it's really important because there's something that was celebrated or talked about being celebrated that's coming up. He's telling me he's going to be present for a birthday that's coming up. So I don't know if you've got a celebration or a party, a birthday coming up, but he's going to be there for that birthday, and he's also going to be celebrating something with you. So it makes me feel like there's an anniversary for the two of you that's coming up as well. So I just want to let you know that he's with you. He's making this gesture that he is in this high vibrational energy and he is connecting with you. And this is something, Gloria Dillon, that I do hope we can talk about further in a one-on-one session. So thank you for your YouTube question. We're going to take another question from YouTube or Facebook before we go to all across the nation here. We have, let's see, I can't quite read the name, but she says she has a crush on someone. And so I think the name is Swati. So Swati says, will this man who she has a crush on trying to be closer to me, maybe invite me on a date? And so she gives her birthday here. And so she says, thank you very much. Well, I will tell you this, that this man that you have a crush on most certainly notices. And there's a connection there that you're feeling, almost as if you've known him before, and there's a feeling of spark. But I feel as if the connection between the two of you, I feel like there's a hesitancy on his part because I feel like maybe he doesn't want to cross a line. Perhaps there's a protocol around the two of you and he doesn't want to cross a line or disappoint someone who's connected to you. I don't know if it's a work environment, something that he doesn't want to tip over. So I feel as if it's going to take some time before he expresses an interest to do something with you. And so patience is going to be best with this. He's hesitant because something about crossing a line, they tell me. So hopefully this makes some sense to you. But I will tell you this, my dear, that this year really truly is going to bring for you this magnificent energy of balance and this magnificent energy of love coming for you. So as you expand your inner self and shine your light, there will be a time of love for you in this calendar year of 2021. So thanks so much for your YouTube question. We're going to go to the phone lines now, and I'm going to go to Illinois. I've got Tammy on the line. Tammy, how are you doing tonight?
Hi, Sarah. How are you?
I'm doing great, Tammy. And what signs do you get from the universe? How do you know God's talking to you?
I guess I've never really paid that much attention until I listened to you tonight, but I think I will start paying attention.
Pay attention, honey, because everybody's talking at me. They're all talking. You're just not listening here. So, Tammy, what is your question?
I just want to know, what does the Spirit see for my future? My soon future.
Yes, your soon future. So the one thing they make me aware of is something going on with finances and career. So are we thinking of making a change here in the financial outlook and making a move in position for career, please?
No.
Okay. There is a move and a change for career coming up for you, all right? So I want you to look for that because this is going to be a great influx of abundance for you. And you have a love question, Tammy. What's your love question?
Is there any future of a relationship?
There is future of relationship, and you and I have talked about this. We have talked about love coming, and it also involves change. And you are in the same town you've been in, is that correct?
Yes.
Out of the box, Miss Tammy. Out of the box. Got to go. Got to move, got to change, get a new job, change the circumstances, and the universe will do the rest. You've got to get out of the circle. And I think we talked about before you making a move. Is this true?
Yeah, I had asked you if we were going to stay in this house that we're in.
Yeah. It's time to get out of where you are, and the universe will open the door for you. Now, is love contingent on I have to move and go somewhere else? Love is coming for you, Tammy, but the vibration of love that you desire to have as a lifetime partner, that is something that I feel is not in the circle that you're currently traveling. Circle of people, circle of friends, circle of activities. So we've got to do something to break the circle. Can you do that, please?
I got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have one more question.
Yes.
My daughter's pregnant, and she's due next month.
Ooh.
Her boyfriend and her, after this baby's born, do they last?
What is his birthday?
4/4/98.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's a very young love that they have here, and they're lacking in maturity. And
Yes.
he's lacking in patience. His personality is a little up and down, yes? It's a little difficult for your daughter to deal with.
Yes.
So the healthy choice for your daughter will be of her own accord to choose to pick a more suitable partner who's a little calmer for her. But will they last? That's up to them. But I will share with you this, that these next 2 years will pretty much be the make or break of them. And I will most likely predict that January of this coming 2022 is going to kind of put things at an all-time high, and then she'll decide if she really wants to stay or go. It's a very emotional time for her, being pregnant. So we're going to just let them be still for now and figure it out for themselves. Try not to meddle, Miss Tammy.
I know. It's very hard for me because because he doesn't work, and I need to know, does he get a job?
Yeah, he doesn't really feel like he wants to. He doesn't feel like he wants to. No, I have the word no on my paper. But anyway, just as long as his personality can remain a little more calm, that will be better for your daughter and her environment. I mean, she's working on building her self-esteem, and this is kind of setting her back a couple of notches. So we're going to pray that she finds her inner peace and her self-esteem and moves herself forward in an area of her truth, because she needs to find her truth. Thanks so much, Tammy, for calling, and we appreciate it. Thanks for listening. Bye for now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye. 888-565-1470. We're answering your questions right here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. And we want to talk to you and see what signs are working for you from the universe. So I'm going to go to Naples. I've got Tiffany on the line. Tiffany, how are you tonight? Hi, Tiffany. We got Tiffany from Naples, Florida. Okay. Well, then, we are going to just put her on hold and see where she may be. And we're going to go to Lake Worth, Florida. I've got Mary Ann on the line. Mary Ann, how are you tonight?
Good. How are you, Sarah?
I'm doing well. And Mary Ann, the first thing that I'm made aware of here is that you get a lot of signs from the universe, yes?
Yes.
Yes. And I feel like loved ones from the other side are always sending you little smoke signals, so to speak, yes?
Yes.
Yes. Mary Ann, what is your question for me tonight?
What do they have for me? I mean, in my life right now.
Opening to new opportunities. This year is a new beginning time for you. And I want you really to focus on wiping the slate clean, revamping, clearing. Clearing is the word they're giving me. Are you getting rid of things? Getting rid of trash, memorabilia, going through a garage or something? What are we cleaning? Because I feel like we've got a lot of cleaning to do. I'm not implying your house is a mess, but there's a lot to go. Yes?
I cleaned my closet out.
Okay. Keep cleaning.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things we need to keep clearing and cleaning and organizing and putting in the energy of revamping your environment. Because what they show me here, Marianne, is that you've got this powerful energy around you to manifest and think of whatever you want and bring it forth to you. And they make me feel like you're getting ready to make a move for something that is going to shift your financial outlook. We making some plans and change for our finances, please?
Yeah, maybe. Yes.
Yes, right? Are we buying or selling something or reinvesting something, please? This is how it looks.
Vesting.
Okay. So I see this money shift for you, and I see great financial wellness coming to you. I feel like you've been going through the motions for the past 2 years, and that this year is really going to represent for you, Marianne, you're kind of stepping into your own personal power, what's best for you, how you feel, and what you'd love to create for yourself. So your conversation to yourself is, I'm a magical manifester, and what I choose to focus upon, I create. And that's what I want you to work towards, okay?
Right, yes. And what about my husband? Are we okay now? Better? We had an issue before.
Yes. Quickly give me his birthday.
8/25/63.
Yeah. Well, he calmed down a little bit, yes?
Yes.
Yeah, my spirit guides say that when he gets himself in a snit, that's what they call it, a snit in his mind, and he gets caught up in something, it's hard for him to break the pattern, And I feel like he was being a little self-contained, self-absorbed is the word they give me. And so he wasn't really able to show up fully for the home environment. And I feel like he's got some opportunities coming for him for work and business as well. Okay?
Correct. Okay.
And these things that come for him make me think of new projects, new opportunities, make me feel as if it's an expansion, but almost like in a slightly different direction, not quite the same path that he was on. Does this make sense to you from what you understand with him?
Yes.
Okay. This is going to be fortuitous, is the word they give me. He's got to keep his heart in the game, not always his head. Because he tends to overanalyze and overthink things, particularly personal matters.
Right. Correct.
Yes.
So we're getting better.
We're getting better. We're working on the relationship. And is there a woman who passed connected to him? Is the mom passed, please? Because there's a woman standing really close to his energy. Did his mom?
His aunt is close. His aunt was like a mom to him.
Okay, great. And she passed. Is this true, please?
Correct.
Yes. So she's standing with him almost like his guardian angel, although she's not, because she's a human that has crossed to the other side. But she is looking out for him. So there's this motherly, grandmotherly energy looking out after him. So you can tell him that if he thinks of her, chances are her energy's really close, and that's a sign for him that she's with him during that time.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, perfect.
All right. Thank you
Perfect.
so much for calling, Marianne. I'm glad things are on the upswing for you. Let's take a look at a
Thank
few
you.
other things we can clean out besides the closet. All right.
Oh, I will.
All right.
Thanks,
Bye for
Sarah.
now.
Have
You're
a good night.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye.
888-565-1470. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors. And then when we come back, we're going to come right back to your phone calls and answer your questions. I'm looking for signs all across the universe, and I just know that God has a message for you. So stay with us. We'll be right back.
Know me, do I know you? Have we met before? I've been standing.
For the most extensive multicultural array of spiritual products, classes, and healing services in a comfortable and convenient setting, you must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in the Habitat Plaza in West Palm Beach. There, you'll find the products, services, and spiritual development classes to help you bridge the gap between you and your spiritual connection. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Habitat Plaza, West Palm Beach. Call them at 561-682-0955 or online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. For yourself or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in the Habitat Plaza, Okeechobee Boulevard, West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit them on the web at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah and be in the energy of light. Call Sarah Spiritual now, toll free, worldwide, 1-888-565-1470. 1-888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, or Periscope.
Sarah Spiritual, and you're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah right here on WWNN 1470 AM, 95.3 FM, and 96.9. And we're answering your questions all across the nation at 888-565-1470. But before I go back to the phone lines, I've got a few things to share with you. We've got a class coming up, and it's not just any class. My resident astrologer, Stacey Haller, she's got a moon sign class. If you want to know how the moon impacts your astrology, a lot of people know about their sun sign, but do you know your moon sign? And do you know the impacts the moon can have on your personal life? And how do you know what moon sign you should be with? How do you know? A lot of times people say, oh, well, I know I'm good with Libras. But where's their moon sign? That could be the make or break. It can't just be the Libra, or it can't just be the Capricorn. We got to know the whole story. So Stacey's going to teach you how to understand your moon sign, blue moon, and she's going to teach you how to understand someone else's moon sign and how it might impact you, and how the moon influences a lot of choices you make in your life, and when not to do certain things pertaining to the moon. That's kind of something I might want to go howl about sometime. So I really want you to check out Stacey's class. It's going to be July 9th at 7:30 p.m. The cost of the class is $25. Go to SarahSpiritual.com to learn more about it, or you can go to DestinyInTheStars.com. That's Destiny in the Stars. Learn more about Stacey Haller, and please be sure to register at the class. You can also visit the Expedito Enlightenment, that's EXPEDITO, enlightenmentcenter.com, and check out our new website and register for the class there. I sure would like you to join us. I know it's going to be a moon pie of a celebration. So we're also going to talk to you about another program that's coming up. I have my mediumship program. Would you like to know how to interpret the sign? Would you love to know if that's really grandma? Would you love to feel the energy of the angels and the guides and know beyond a shadow of a doubt that you are making that connection with your loved ones on the other side, your angels or your guides? Well, I sure hope that you join my mediumship program. This program is something I've taught before, but this year it's in a way like never before. So learn more about that mediumship program, how to direct connect to the heavens, on my SarahSpiritual.com website. Well, we're going to go back to the phone lines, and I've got to take a call from Steve. He's in Broward County, and I am on show number 592 live national radio shows, which as far as minutes and half hours, it adds up to thousands, but 592 shows. And Steve in Broward County has been listening to virtually, I think he's only missed 2, in 12 years, every show. Steve, how are you?
I've missed one, just one.
He's quick to correct me because you're my number one fan, right?
All right.
Absolutely. Steve, what is your question before we go to commercial? What's your question?
In the 2 months since the last time we spoke,
yes,
every day in the last 60 days on the clocks around the house, whether it be the stove or the microwave or the television, I see 111, 222, 323, 444, 555, 1010, 1111, 1212, 555. And this is on a daily occurrence about 6 times a day for about 60 days.
Wow.
What's going on?
What's going on? What's going on? Well, they're calibrating your energy, fine-tuning your frequency, letting you know you're on the right track, be ready for big changes, letting you know that you need to pay attention to your thoughts because your thoughts are always created and that everything is going to be working out for you. And the gates of heaven, the gates of the energy, of the connection to heaven, they're opening so that you can feel that direct connect yourself, Steve. So this is a powerful fine-tuning energy to adapt you to a new frequency for a new life and a new way of being for your future. This is what they're creating for you.
Okay.
So tune up and tune in, my friend, because they've got some big surprises. Well, I kind of saw a whole bunch of those signs a long time ago, and look where it landed me. Thanks, Steve, for listening. As always, glad you caught 591 of our 592 live shows. God bless you, and get ready. Things are going to change. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Well, don't go anywhere because we're going to be back right after this commercial break and transition to our second hour of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. I hope while you're listening and watching the page on Facebook and YouTube, you share the page, share the light, share the love. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
The brightens up my
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope. Phone lines are open at 1-888-565-1470. That's 1-888-565-1470.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsor.
Participate in one of my spiritual development classes and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
The following programming is furnished by Sarah Spiritual.
The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Welcome back to the second hour of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, as we continue our uplifting and empowering spiritual discussions to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all possible experience and knowledge. Spiritually Speaking with Sarah is presented by the Expedito Enlightenment Center in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. For the next hour, call in and watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope, and share love and light.
Yes, indeed, there's doors opening for everyone right here on WWNN 1470 AM, 95.3 FM, and 96.9. And we are answering your questions right here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah at 888-565-1470. Phone line's busy? Don't you worry. As we begin to take more calls, the phone lines will open up. We're opening up more lines for all of you all the time. So we look forward to talking to you. Are you on Facebook? Please engage in the conversation. Give us your question. Let us know your birthday, and I will get down to the basics of your question and answer them on Facebook and YouTube. Matter of fact, before I go back to my phone lines, I got to do a little social media conversation and see what signs are popping up for people, too, because I think we've got a lot of signs going on in the conversation. We've got Denise, and Denise says, I'm wondering, what's in store for me for my work and my life? Well, Denise, interestingly enough, this energy that I see around you makes me feel like this is such a social connection that comes for you in the fall of 2021. Socializing, connecting with people, networking for work. I even see a cruise. Do you have a cruise planned? I think it's time for you to get out into the big seas and kind of live life for yourself and connect with people. Now, I know there's a background question about love, and I know there's a direct question about work. So what I'll tell you about this is that work is going to kind of feel a little stuck for a bit. But then when I move you into the energy of September, my guides show me a contract and then another contract and then another contract. So something contractual is coming to you. And then when it comes to love, well, we're on the beach and we're picking through some shells. I know you might have to throw a few shells back in the water, but I see a keeper. So you keep sorting through those shells, Denise. Love is coming. It's a great year to make connections with people. So enjoy this year of the latter half of 2021 into 2022. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thanks for your question. We're going to take another question from Facebook or perhaps my friends on YouTube. Oops, we're going to Facebook. And Suzanne Harvey. Suzanne Harvey says, Sarah, what do you see in the move for me to your Sun State this year? Opportunity in Florida. Not sure if I should make this shift. Well, Suzanne Harvey, I feel like things are just a rocking and a shaking where you are, and they're not really the way you want them to be. Things feel unstable, unsteady, and you're not feeling content. There's this need to take flight and to perhaps get a little bit more time for yourself. I feel like we're ready for a change, and you're looking to the Sunshine State to offer you that change. First, take a look at what shift we want to make in the work environment, and then see if the Sunshine State is going to offer you the work that you desire. I do see a change in work, and I do feel that if you can find the job that will make your heart sing, the perfect time for you to come would be in the next 6 months in the state of Florida. So we would love to see you in the Sunshine State, and I sure hope you come visit me at the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. I'll be there. Can't wait to have you be right here in sunny Florida. Check out the work environment, then you'll have your answer. Time for change. Suzanne Harvey, thank you for your Facebook question. If you'd like to be in touch with me on Facebook and YouTube, be sure to follow the page and like the page. Sure would love to chat with all of you. And if you want to meet me in person, have a personal session, perhaps buy some of my magnificent products that I handcraft. I've got sprays and oils. I've got baths. I've got incense that I make. And we also have a great array of incense, books, crystals. We have fabulous herbs. We also have magnificent dream catchers. We've got some really cool turtles that we have, dragons, fairies. We've got it all. I sure would love to see you at the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in West Palm Beach. Join us at the center Tuesday through Saturday from 11 to 6 p.m. So 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Love to have you there. Visit the center. You can learn more about the center. Just simply go to Expedito, Expedito, enlightenmentcenter.com. We're going to go back to the phone lines at 888-565-1470. I know your fingers are getting ready to dial. So I've got to go to Sierra. Sierra is in California. Sierra, how are you tonight?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great, Sierra. And, you know, the magnificent thing about you is that energy is opening up for you. You've got this bright light on you, and you're really ready to make some changes for yourself. Is that true?
Yeah.
And it's time for you to open up and step into your own personal passion and purpose. And I think you've been asking yourself, who am I? Who have I come to be? Like, what's my mission? What's my purpose? Like, you really want to understand the sole purpose of your life as opposed to just living your life. Yes? There's a lot of self-exploration going on, correct?
Yes. Definitely there is.
I'm
looking into certain things I want to do, learning and studying, and so I can go to school and then, practice in that in a field. So I want to be able to pursue something really good for myself.
Absolutely. And you want to be of service to other people, correct?
Yeah, I do.
You do. And you want to make a difference in people's lives and create a legacy and almost like a way to help people even long after you're gone off the planet. Yes?
Yeah,
It's the big picture. And the reason why I say that, and the reason why, my dear, I say there's such a great light on you, is because that is your path. You are walking the path of a wayshower, someone who's designed to lead the way and come up with new, innovative ways for people to heal themselves and work in their lives on purpose. And so by your finding your purpose, you'll be able to help others on their path. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does.
Perfect. I've got magnificent crystals around you, too. They're showing me the energy around you, and I see the amethyst crystal, the rose quartz crystal, I see the citrine crystal, and I see this most magnificent blue energy of the blue topaz. And the blue topaz is kind of right above your head, which makes me feel like there's a lot of words that have to be spoken for you, and I feel like you've got truth to seek and truth to speak. Does that make sense to you, Sierra?
Yes, that does, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Sierra,
yeah,
I also see that we're getting some signs from the heavens. You have some questions about the signs you get from heaven?
Yeah, I do.
You do?
I kind of, yeah. So so I've lost both my parents, and I'm always seeing little rays of bright light around me, just come and go at random times, or like I'll hear a noise, or I'll hear my name right as I'm going to sleep.
Yes.
From two different people. It's happened to me like 2 or 3 times in a row at night, and it's just been like crazy out of this world. I just don't know what's going on.
Well, yes, you do. It's just kind of freaking you out that it could be that easy, but it is that easy. You know, there's a song Spirit gave me, and I'm going to share it with you because It's the sentiment I get from your parents, particularly on the father's side of the energy. So I have this energy of, don't you cry, don't you hide. You've got to live your life, even though you don't see me. I'm right here. That's the energy that they give me. That they are around you, and they've always been around you. And there's somebody's talking to me about springtime, March. What does the month of March have to do with you or your family, please?
Spring, I mean, no, I don't know if that's spring necessarily. There's nothing in March, but in April, I mean, my brother's birthday and my mom's passing.
Okay.
But nothing in March that's coming to my head.
But someone's talking to me about March, so I have to work with them the way they work with me. So even if we don't put it together. So was there something connected to the passing of your mom that was going on in March before she passed, please? Yes?
No, it was, I was 11 and I was not, I was like 12
You were too little
years old.
to know. Okay. Yeah, so March seems to be significant. I'm going to leave that with you because that's what I heard from her. Okay? So it's something that we'll leave and we'll have to work on at another time. But you are on track and on purpose for your life, and I do want you to know that there's an opening coming for you. We're looking at a new school or a new shift for yourself, please.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a program particularly that you want to apply for, yes?
There is, yeah.
And we are working on getting some scholarship or some admittance into this program to make it easier for you. Is this also true?
This is gonna, I've looked into a few. I haven't made like any commitments into doing so yet, but yes, I have.
Yes. And this is something that we're going to do for the beginning of next year, January, yes?
Possibly, maybe sooner, ideally, but we'll see.
Okay. I see a change coming for you. I see the movement forward. I feel like you will make the right choice, and how will you know? You're going to look for a sign from the universe, and you're going to get like a stamp of approval from the universe, all right? And Father's energy is very strong around you. I want you to know that, okay?
Yeah, okay.
All right, honey.
Can I ask
a
question about a relationship real quick?
Surely, go right ahead.
Okay, so I'm currently in a relationship with a guy a little older than me. We've been dating for a while, and we're just butting heads really bad. And I wanted to know if our relationship is either met its course or is it going to continue, and where is it going to lead to?
What is his birthday? His month and his day, please.
August 17th.
Okay. But sometimes I feel like you don't feel like he's telling you everything that's going on. Is that correct, please?
That is correct.
Okay. There's not transparency here. So the butting heads is something that is going to continue because your inners are telling you something isn't adding up. I'm not feeling like he's communicating his truth or his true feelings. And that's creating frustration and uncertainty and actually making you not feel worthy. And it's kind of questioning your own value. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
It does.
Take a step back and pay attention. Ask the universe to show you a sign of where the truth is. This relationship is going to go through, and I'm going to tell you exactly where he is in his journey here. So he is getting ready to make a shift for something of self personally. And I feel like he's being a little self-absorbed, self-centered. Selfish is actually the word they give me. There's no dancing around it. And so I don't know that he's going to fully show up for you. And I feel like something about him is trying to hold you back from your dreams. Does this make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. So you have free will. You get to choose, but you will know more in the next 2 months. Pay attention. And I know you'll make the right choice for yourself.
Okay.
All right, honey.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Sarah, how did you hear about the show?
I was just on Facebook, and I saw someone shared it, and here I am.
Well, welcome. I hope you follow our page, Sarah Spiritual. We do a lot of work, and I'm always here for everyone. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Bye for now. Bye.
Bye.
888-565-1470 from California. We're going to go to Miramar. We're going to go to Freddie. And I don't know, but sometimes Freddie seems to have some things going on in Miramar. We've talked to Freddie before. So, Freddie, what's going on?
Oh my goodness. So, well, my question is always about like work and love because like work has been getting pretty interesting, not in a good way.
I know.
And
but
then,
first a minute. Hold on, Freddie. What signs are you paying attention to from heaven? Are you asking for signs from heaven?
Oh my goodness, yeah. So I've been looking at just different alternatives and like methods and ways that I can try to improve myself and even fix the situation.
Yes. And the universe is helping you. Yes. Universe is helping you, Freddie. And I feel like people at work have you in a box.
Yes.
And they don't want to see you in any other light than the way they have coined you.
Right.
And whatever opinion they have of you, they're not willing to revamp, revise. Right. And so you're damned if you do and damned if you don't. That's kind of how it looks to me. You could even do a good job one day and they're still going to have something to say.
Yes.
So hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more. It's time to go.
And I feel like that is exactly how I feel. I'm like, it is really the end of the road. It is.
Yeah. It's time for
change.
So
I'm just working on whatever alternatives I can to get me out of the situation viciously.
Right. And the interesting part of the place where you work, it kind of meets your needs and works with you and what you need. So it's easy to get to. It's got on your checklist, it meets a lot of your personal requirements. So in your mind, you feel like it meets the requirements and it's perfect. And how am I going to find something that offers me all these other things that I absolutely need in order to work? So that's where your thinking has to change, Freddie. And we have to revamp the energy and look at the energy and say to yourself, everything's going to fall into place and I'm going to attract something better with even more perks and more things that are conducive for a better work environment for me. This is the conversation that you have with yourself and the universe, and the universe will not let you down. They will bring forth for you this fabulous energy.
Okay, because I need it.
It's coming. It's coming. But in the meantime, I would say you're going to have to put on your shield of armor, ask the angels to surround you, because I know things are a little uncomfortable, almost like a hostile work environment, but it's kind of passive-aggressive and difficult to identify.
God,
yes, I know. So that it's kind of like undercover, but they're still making it heckish, and you don't know what to do. So you're going to have to just let it roll off your back like a duck with water on their back. It doesn't stick to the feathers. It just rolls right off. So you are now a duck. I don't care if you have to buy yourself a little rubber ducky and keep it on your desk. And allow yourself to have that shield of armor around you, that waterproof coating, so to speak. And Freddie, I'm getting this energy. So you were close to your grandmother, please, yes?
Yes.
And she's telling me that there was something that we would do together, because I'm drawing a circle, and she's making me the circle of family. And she's like, those were the days when everybody sat around and they would talk and they would laugh and, I don't know, even throw a roll across the table. It's just like this whole big family. We used to have these big family gatherings, please, Freddie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she used to have all this food there, right? And there was always something fun. But then she makes me feel like, was there a game you used to play with your grandmother, please? Like a card game or something that when you were little you used to play? Because she's sitting at the table and she's playing what looks like a game, right? So it looks like card game to me. This is how she's showing it to me. It's like I see her hands moving. So it's like she used to sit around the table and play cards with the family. Maybe she didn't play with you as a little boy, but with the family. Did they sit and play like gin rummy or something?
Like whenever we got together, like they always had like a lot of games, especially with that growing up, and they had the adult table and the kids table, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so it's like to her, this is how she remembers life for the family, and she wishes it was that way still, because it's not that way. It's very disjointed. This is true, yes?
Yes.
Because she talks to me about a divide, like who's not talking to who, right? So it's almost
God, yes.
Yes, and so she's making me feel like, and this has become more recent and worse in recent times. And so when because she's telling me, she's like, if I were here on earth with all of you. I'd be sitting almost by myself, playing by myself, because nobody's really sitting together. Nobody's talking. Nobody's bonding. No one's having that fun here. And so she leaves with you that memory because she wants you to recreate that in your life. And if everyone in your family doesn't want to play nice, that's okay. Then you find people that you call family, Freddie, and you have that connection with them. And you build that energy and go back to basics, go back to playing games and having fun, okay?
Right, okay.
But know that your mother's mother, yes? Your grandmother.
My daddy mom.
Your daddy's mom, okay? So your grandmother's with you, all right? So she's with you and she's reminding me of these times that you had so that you can go back to feeling that sense of home and that sense of family, all right?
Okay.
A new job will come for you, Freddie. Absolutely.
It's the waiting. It's the waiting. I know.
I know. Patience is a virtue. Yes.
I've been dating. It's been something nice, but I'm just kind of wondering, like, what is the situation? Like, it's nice and okay, but I'm just wondering.
Don't wonder. Just be right now, Freddie.
Okay.
Just be. This is a year to really focus on your career and your work. So wander around and connect with people that you feel compelled to connect with, and just let this kind of just percolate the energy of love and focus on your career and your work. That's where the energy needs to be this year.
Okay.
All right, Freddie. Thank you so much for calling, and thank you. I know you've been following the show for many, many years, even when we were on the other station. So thank you. Good to hear from you again, and thank you for following us here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. I greatly appreciate you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate everyone that follows the show. I know that we've had so many years and so many great conversations together. And I so appreciate everyone who tunes in and shares the page, shares the love, and shares the connection. And I always am so honored when you share me with your families. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then we'll pop back on Facebook, on YouTube, and we'll get back to our phone calls, because we've got calls all across Florida. We've got calls in Texas, all across the nation. So stay with us, everyone. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Do you know me? Do I know you? Have we met before? I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice?
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
For the most extensive multicultural array of spiritual products, classes, and healing services in a comfortable and convenient setting, you must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in the Habitat Plaza in West Palm Beach. There you'll find the products, services, and spiritual development classes to help you bridge the gap between you and your spiritual connection. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Habitat Plaza, West Palm Beach. Call them at 561-682-0955 or online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. For yourself or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in the Habitat Plaza, Okeechobee Boulevard, West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit them on the web at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah and be in the energy of light. Call Sarah Spiritual now, toll free, worldwide, 1-888-565-1470. 1-888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, or Periscope.
Have you heard me? Have you seen me? I am Sarah Spiritual, and you're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah right here on WWNN 1470 AM and 95.3 FM. And we are going to be answering your questions all across the nation at 888-565-1470. And I'm going to go to Pompano. Let's see what we've got going on in Pompano. Hello, it's Sarah Spiritual. Hello?
Pompano?
Yes. Hello.
Is it my name?
Yeah. What is your first name?
Brundusha.
Brundusha. Well, we welcome you. Good to have you here on the show. Thank you so much. What question do you have for us here tonight?
It's really hard. Mm-hmm. It's really hard. I would like to know I'd like to know what is going to happen in my life.
Okay.
And maybe my dad or my mom that are deceased.
Okay.
They're watching me and they have any advices, but I'm really scared, and I would like to hear anything from you that you feel that you can tell me.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your question, and we'll make a connection for you, and we'll give you everything that Spirit has to give you right now. So Spirit also makes me feel like you're feeling a little overwhelmed about your finances. Is this true, please? We're a little concerned about our money. Yes, please?
Perfectly true.
Yes. And they also make me feel that it really has been a very difficult time for you. Life has not been easy. Is this also true? Yes, please?
Very true.
And I also understand from the energy of your family that they did the best they could with what they had, but it was not always easy for all the members of your family. This is also true. Yes, please?
Well,
yes.
I think that probably they had that in their mind, but they are mean people to me.
Yes, no, I understand. So and again, I will continue because they make me feel as if the father figure was very strong and dominant, harsh energy, and in their mind, to speak to their mind, as you said, the way they make me feel is that they had a hard life and they didn't know how to be kind to others, is how they, particularly in the family energy. Yes, please? And I feel as if when you were a little girl, you were made to feel very much alone and not supported and not loved. Is this also true? Yes?
100%.
Yes. And they also give me this energy of no matter where you went, you had difficulty fitting in. And so now as life is getting on in age, you wonder what else is coming for you in life because you feel like life has not given you what you desired. You don't feel complete is the way they make me say it. Does this make sense to you, honey?
Perfectly.
Yes. They also make me aware of something going on in the hip and the knee. We having a problem with our hip and our knee, please?
No.
Okay.
No.
Keep an eye on your hip and your knee because they're taking me to the energy of the hip and the knee. When they show me that, I always have to tell people what they show me, okay? So financially, you will be okay. You are going to manage, but it's very tight for you right now. And Spirit tells me you feel very alone. This is also true, yes?
perfectly.
Yes. Okay. What I see coming for you is I do feel like there's time for you to connect with other people. I know that it's hard for you to trust people. That's the other thing that I hear as well, yes?
Yes.
You have had difficulty with people taking advantage of you as well. For your kindness, they mistook it for weakness, yes?
Yes.
Yes. And I feel like there is question about, will we be alone? Will we meet someone? Is this also true?
Say it again, please.
Will you be alone? Will you meet someone? Something about being alone in your life, yes? You're worried about being alone for the rest of your life, please, yes?
This is 1,000% true.
Yes. I do feel that there is connection with someone that can come for you. I know that this past 2 years were very difficult for you, emotionally and financially. And I also feel as if you have nightmares when you sleep and you do not sleep well. Is this also true?
Yes.
Okay. But I do feel like once you get to connect with some new people, there is new friendships and better connections for you. And I know that you have a faith in God. That has been what has seen you through all this time, yes? Because they make me make the circle of life and the sign of infinity, and that makes me feel as if you have been connecting to God because that is your only comfort, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Please know that the heavens are giving you signs that everything will be okay. And they also tell me something about music. You like to sit and just listen to music, even on the radio, just music, yes?
A lot of hard things. Music is one of them.
Yes. There's a lot of music around you, though.
Yes.
You're very, very connected to music, very gifted in music, too, yes?
Yes.
How did you hear about the show?
It's just I was impressed about your beautiful voice.
Oh, thank you.
And I was looking for the stop sign to listen to, and your voice was so attracting and intelligent and so beautiful that I thought, yeah, this is the place that I could listen to, because it was not only beautiful, but it was smart, intelligent, and attractive. And I was happy to listen to.
Well, thank you. I hope you continue to listen every Wednesday night from 6 to 8 p.m., and we welcome you to our family. All right?
All right.
All right. God bless you. Bye for now.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.
888-565-1470. From Pompano in Florida, I've got to go to Texas. I've got Ada on the line. Ada, how you doing?
Hi, how are you, Sarah?
I'm doing well, Ada. Good to connect with you. A lot of changes coming up for you. The wheels of change are coming. Absolutely. So here's the best part. Last year should have been a little weird for you because you're going through your own metamorphosis, not just because we had some pandemic stuff, but you were really kind of clearing a lot of old energy out of your system, kind of shaking off the boogeyman or something. We really had to clear off the energy. And this year, it's time to change how we bring forth income to you, how we bring forth connections with people. And was there a relationship or a friendship that ended about a year and a half ago, please?
About a year and a half ago?
Yeah. Who did we stop talking to or disconnected from a friend, even a family member? Because I kind of feel like there was like an abrupt stop with something, because I feel like you had a circle of people who weren't necessarily in your court at the time. And I don't mean the law court. I mean in your circle. They weren't really rooting for you. Ada, I'll leave that with you in case there's someone who's a neighbor, someone we stopped talking to, or we kind of pulled away from. We realized that they were not being truthful or supportive.
Pulled away from.
Yes,
pulled away from.
Okay. Pay attention.
Energy-wise,
because they didn't have good juju, right?
Yes, and
Yeah.
listening with everything that you say and everything that has to do with personal growth. If they're not in your energy, gotta let them go. Low vibrations, let it go.
Let it go, let it go. I feel Frozen coming on. Yes, indeed. But I'll tell you, it's so important that you get that. And thank you for drawing attention to that, because when we notice who's not supporting our energy, who's not holding the space for us, it's so easy for us to make a change in our own personal life if we just stop making excuses for people who are not a vibrational match, and we just let them be, not in judgment, just let them sit in where they want to sit. But we can't sit in the puddle of mud with other people when that's not where we belong. And I feel like there's a shift and change coming for you, something you're trying to orchestrate for work. Are we looking to make a shift in the job career, please?
I'm home with kids.
Okay. Something with work, business, career. They give me the number 2. So something that has to do with, in the next 2 years, there's work, change, career, something. So is there a business that we want to work on, something we thought we could do from home, Ada?
Oh yeah, but that's been about 3 years. But I have to put it in the back burner.
Okay. So maybe we pick it back up in the next 2 months or 2 years. They give me the number 2. I'm going to hold what they give me because I always know that it's a message. You're going to stay with it, and we're going to see how it ends up playing out. Ada, what is your specific question about your household, your family? What is your question for me tonight?
Well, hold on, because I did write it down as you were talking to everyone.
Thank you.
Well, mine has to do with prosperity and with money, and what Spirit has to say about my path at this point regarding that. And closing.
So we're going to pause, hold that second half. So this is what they're saying. We need to make change. There's a career opportunity. There's a way to create money coming for you. Maybe we're putting the business on the back burner. Maybe we need to bring it to the front burner. Prosperity is going to change, but you have to take the steps to make a change. This makes sense to you, yes? I can't sit home and say, okay, universe, drop $1 million in my bank account or on my doorstep. Doesn't always work that way. It could. I'm not going to preclude it from happening, but chances are it's not going to happen that way. So begin to wrap your head around the fact that I am the woman who is manifesting opportunities to generate abundance from multiple sources. I am the woman who is manifesting the opportunity to generate abundance from multiple sources, and they flow to me with ease and grace. I am manifesting opportunities for abundance to flow to me from multiple sources.
Manifesting? I'm so sorry.
Manifesting opportunities that flow to me from multiple sources. Okay? Manifesting opportunities that flow to me from multiple sources. And then I always love to add the line with, or the preposition I should say, with ease and grace. Because I don't want to break a sweat. I just want it to happen, right? And I need the universe to open it up. And this is the mantra I want you to speak, because if we're looking to have a prosperous year, if we're looking to manifest these changes, then we need to have the vision to make it happen. And this year is really going to open up this clear new beginning for you. You're opening up a fresh start. It's like we're going to start a new cycle of life. And as children get older, we need to know that we have the flow for us, correct?
Yes. So any messages from my spirit guides?
Let's see who we have here. I don't know, Ada. I feel like, because you've called before, correct? I feel like we've talked about this Indian spirit guide before. Indian spirit guide, still with you. So your Indian spirit guide, I think, is going to be with you for quite a while. So your Indian spirit guide is here to assist you in making the movement. It's the word we get, movement to pioneer new pathways.
Maybe that's what I'm not understanding, Sarah.
What?
Because I know that it's always mentioned with the Indian spirit, and how the Indian spirit is it's such a good sign.
Yes.
And I'm trying to figure out the connection.
Okay. So earlier in the show, I said take ourselves out of our minds, okay? So sometimes we just need to allow something to show up. So you do not need to have an Indian background for an Indian spirit guide to show up. The Indian spirit guide is here to teach you as one of your guides and assist you on the path. And this Indian spirit guide came to you in your childhood. And when I place the energy, feels like energy of 8 or 9. So maybe we made a move at that time. Maybe there was a shift. But at that time, and we were making changes, Indian spirit guide came into your life, has been with you all this time. That's a lot of years. Not that you're over the hill. I'm just saying. So the Indian spirit guide is...
one of my parents passed away.
Okay.
During that time.
All right. So the Indian spirit guide stepped in and assumed the role of helping you pave the way for new pathways, to guide you, to be like your... It's like the person who walks you to the bus stop before you go to school to make sure you don't get hit by a car, right? Walking you through the path of life to make sure that as you pioneer new pathways, you're always on the higher vibrational path, and nudging you to explore new things. This Indian spirit guide is rooted in Mother Earth, and Mother Earth is where we reside. And even though we're of spirit, which is of the heavens, of the air, we have to ground ourselves to earth. So this Indian spirit guide keeps you grounded. This Indian spirit guide also brings you the wealth and knowledge of herbs and medicine and the energy of how to heal thyself for the connection of the physical body to be in alignment with earth and with heaven. This is what this guide has assisted you with, helping you be a good parent. So it took the place, interestingly enough, and I don't know your story, but interesting, that's when they enter, basically took the place of a parent to mentor you through life. And this Indian spirit guide will be with you for the rest of your life. So this is an important guide. And even though we can't place a connection like, well, why would I have an Indian spirit guide? I have a guide that's an Indian spirit guide, and I have no connection with any of that. But I happen to have a guide that's an Indian spirit guide, as do quite a few people that I connect with. And we all have, as I teach this in my class, my mediumship class and my angel classes and my guide classes, we all have a band of guides and angels that are with us. And they come from multiple walks of life. Some people have musical guides. Some people have spirit guides that are more of medicine and more of wisdom and education, from all walks of life. From Asia, from Africa. They come from all over, and they come bringing a modicum of wisdom, each one with their own speciality. And each piece is there available, and at different points in your life, you have the opportunity to get that knowledge, because as we said, the signs from heavens come by stilling your mind and allowing your prompting and your knowing to step forward. And that one of those guides at different points of your life will give you a sign or a bit of information that lets you know this is the right answer, or this is what I should do, or this is a safe route for me. And they will let us know, or they'll give us wisdom. Sometimes things come out of my mouth, Ada, that I'm like, well, even I'm impressed because I don't even know that. But they give me the information, and I'm simply the conduit and allowing the information to flow through for me. So this Indian spirit guide is prompting you for this prosperity, this new path, this new journey for yourself, as you basically start a whole new 9-year cycle of your life. And he's still here with you. So allow and begin a conversation. And allow the connection.
I have the conversation. I just don't hear it yet.
Okay, so maybe we're looking to hear a thought or hear a sound. But maybe we need to look for a sign. Like earlier in the show, I talked about that owl popped up, or the cardinals have popped up for me. They popped up for my neighbor Rosa. So they're there for us. So we pay attention to these things. And we ask ourselves when something unique pops up, what was I just thinking? What was I just asking? How was I feeling? Was I in a state of angst and this is my reassurance that'll be okay? Or is this a sign that I'm not alone and I'm being supported and that the right answer will show up at the right time? I just need to trust. This is what these signs from heaven are all about. It's not just, wow, they're wowing us, they want to impress us. look at us, we can wow you. They're here for guidance because we basically as humans are left to figure it out. And so they give us the clues. It's like treasure chest hunt. Everything's a clue on the path of life. And each up to
Absolutely.
interpretation for each individual of their own accord. So what may be a sign for you and I may just be two butterflies flying together to someone else, but the song playing their relative's favorite song or the song that says something that brings about change is their sign. So we each need to learn to pay attention to the unique ways the universe communicates with each one of us.
That's what I'm trying to see how the communication with that. Sometimes I do hear,
right?
I forget, but I do hear a voice here and there. I feel this, I feel that, I see, but I don't make the connection.
Well, I would suggest journaling.
Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It eventually comes out, a connection.
Always, because otherwise we'd be in special ed class here on planet Earth. Like, we'd all be at the back of the classroom. They'd be like, all right, this is special people here. But keep a journal, Ada. When you notice something before you go to bed, say, today I'm grateful for, and write what you're grateful for. And then I also notice this. Question mark, don't know what it means, but let's see. Stay tuned tomorrow. And begin journaling. You'll be able to put the pieces together. Wonderful conversation we had tonight, Ada. Thank you so much for calling. I greatly appreciate you following the show. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
888-565-1470. I think I have to go to commercial. So let me pop into commercial. Then we'll pop back to Facebook. Then I got to go to Chicago. I really need to get myself into Chicago. I hear it's a heck of a town. So stay with us, everyone. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Do you know me? Do I know you?
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
For the most extensive multicultural array of spiritual products, classes, and healing services in a comfortable and convenient setting, you must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in the Habitat Plaza in West Palm Beach. There you'll find the products, services, and spiritual development classes to help you bridge the gap between you and your spiritual connection. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Habitat Plaza, West Palm Beach. Call them at 561-682-0955 or online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. For yourself or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in the Habitat Plaza, Okeechobee Boulevard, West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit them on the web at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah and be in the energy of light. Call Sarah Spiritual now, toll free, worldwide, 1-888-565-1470. 1-888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, or Periscope.
Back here live on WWNN 1470 AM, 95.3 FM, and 96.9. And we are answering your questions all across the nation at 888-565-1470. If we did not get to talk to you tonight, then I would love to talk to you next Wednesday, 6 to 8 p.m. Catch us on Facebook. Catch us on YouTube. Speaking of Facebook and YouTube, let me pop up to social media before I go get myself some Chicago deep dish pizza. Let's see. We got Kimberly Griffith. And Kimberly Griffith says, hey, Sarah, it's Kimberly. May I ask you if you see some Reiki students coming shortly after my Reiki Master Course, please? Love and light. You know, Kimberly, this is a great next step for you. And I do feel like you'll be able to attract Reiki students and begin a practice and a Reiki circle that will build a student following so that you can spread the light and the healing energy of Reiki. I do feel that it's going to take a couple months for you to build some momentum and work on some people so that you can encourage them to embrace learning the Reiki practice. So continue moving forward, knowing that the angels, the guides are supporting you, and Archangel Raphael is right by your side. Thanks so much, Kimberly Griffith, for your Facebook question. I'm going to go to Chicago. Sure hope they got some good food there. I've got Yvonne on the line. Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? And the food is great here. And,
I heard.
Deep dish pizza all the way.
All the way. I haven't had a good deep dish pizza in a really long time. So I have to come visit you and see what's going on. I got a lot of clients in Chicago. Actually, one of my next spots we want to go to. I just make sure my producer makes sure he knows that. So,
okay.
All right. Okay. So anyway, Yvonne, what's your question for us here? What signs is the universe offering you? How can I assist you?
I'm February 22nd.
I know that.
Yeah. My soulmate left 2 years ago. Okay, we talked about him, and he's always sending me messages.
Yes.
But a couple of weeks ago, I got, even though I'm not here, I'm going to still help you. And I'm like, what?
Yes.
And he said it again. And then, Sarah, 3 days ago, I met this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel so comfortable with this guy. His birthday is September 12th. And we've only talked, and we're supposed to get together tomorrow. He said, okay, you figure out what you want to do, da-da-da-da-da. But I feel so comfortable. I'm like, did my soulmate send him? And my soulmate's birthday was September 17th.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. I got goosebumps. Okay.
Yeah. So you answered your own question. Thanks so much.
Oh,
so
my
just you took my job right away from me. But I will tell you this. That there is a divine energy, Yvonne, that's around you. And this is your soulmate is looking to awaken you to the new being that you've come to be. And it may not be this gentleman, but it's someone coming, okay? And this is the door opener to a new life. And I also feel like your soulmate has come to you in the dream state. This is true, yes?
Yes, he has.
And he is looking to give you some information as well, because I think he wants to assist you financially as well. This is also true. So when I look at the energy, he makes me feel as if he has a surprise for you. And it's not just about love, because he will always be your true love, and that's what he wants to be clear about. However, he opens up this energy, and he says the energy of finances. And he's going to bring you a blessing of finances. So look for the signs. Maybe we're going to play a number. Maybe he'll give you a number in the dream state.
Okay.
And you go play it, but know that he's with you. And there's something with his pillow or something. Do you have a pillow of his or something you use with the pillow, or you sleep with something under your pillow, please? Why is he talking about a pillow? I have seconds before they wave me off.
His desk chair, I put a pillow in his chair to sit on.
Okay.
Last thing he bought was this brown chair, and there's a pillow. I always put the pillow on the chair. Wow.
Okay. So he knows that you put the pillow on the chair. He is with you, and with the pillow, he bids us farewell. I thank him for showing us the pillow. Yvonne, have a great time getting to know someone. Know that the universe is always sending us signs, as well as your loved one on the other side. He will always be in your heart. Stay well, my dear. And have some good deep dish pizza for me. Bye for now.
Okay, thanks, Sarah.
You're welcome. Bye. Well, everyone, they're always with us. Open up your hearts, be still, and listen. The signs, they're all around us. We are truly never alone. I wouldn't be where I am if it wasn't for the other side. So trust the process. They will always guide us. I appreciate all of you for listening. Share the light, share the love. Follow me on Facebook and YouTube, Sarah Spiritual. Visit my website, SarahSpiritual.com. Good night. God bless you. And I am Sarah Spiritual.
This has been Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. You can hear and speak with Sarah Spiritual every Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. Each week, Sarah Spiritual and Spirit answer your most important questions as you navigate life. Listen and call in next week and let Spirit guide you. If you didn't have a chance to speak with Sarah Spiritual tonight, visit Sarah at SarahSpiritual.com. You can message Sarah Spiritual at Facebook and follow her on Instagram. Tune in next week for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its